The baby's definitely awake. Oh, that wasn't talking. Yeah, I'm boned. I put all the makeup on, y'all. I'll be back. I got him back to sleep because I'm actually magic. Hi, my name is Maggie, aka Kitchy Whibs. It's just Kitchy Whibs. There's no I'm just gonna redo the whole thing because it was a hot mess, and not in a fun way. I was kind of all over the place because this is very quickly planned. You know what? It's already starting again. I have a lot of people to thank. I'm probably gonna forget half of them. Like, I just kind of cut the camera on and then was like, oh no, like, what is their name? And well, crap. I have yet to shoot an actual just normal Flosstube, you know, with, hey Flosstube, this is a channel about cross stitch, and here's my whip, and here's my finish, and here's my haul, and here's my plan. I have not done that yet. I think what I'm trying to tell you guys is, if you are waiting for me to get organized and do things the normal way, it's not gonna happen. Please don't unsubscribe. It'll be fun, I promise. First things first, I'm the realist. Audrey, Stitch Witch 42 or Stitchy Witch 42? What did I write down here? Tell me. She mentioned me in one of her videos back when I first started a few weeks ago. It's not been that long. She enjoyed my video. I love her videos. She's cool. She stitches some really neat stuff, and she lives in like a hobbit hole. That's a compliment. And I've already told her this, so. I was like, Audrey, I want to come into your house legally, like not scary way, like in a nice way, because you've invited me. I want to have coffee in your kitchen because your house looks so cozy. Samantha the Hygge Stitcher, first try, swish. I just want to lay on my stomach like this with hard eyes while I watch her videos. She's so much fun. Helen D mentioned me on one of her videos. Hannah Dowling mentioned me. Thank you, Hannah. The Bougie Stitchers, super fun. I have been completely overwhelmed and so grateful for all of y'all. I said fall, I didn't say y'all. The Diddy Stitcher, super fun channel. Lucky Chance Stitcher. Stitchy Things. Alma the Tattooed Reading Owl. Stitchy Cat Lady 26, thank you. Fairy Floss. Carolyn Stitches, go check her out. She is doing the Nymph Owl with me and Nadine. And the Anxious Stitcher. All of these accounts, I will link them below. Please go check them out. Go check them out. Subscribe to the channels. I have been very lucky, and it's a lot of fun because even my middle kid is like trying to come up with ideas for intros. She came up with this Ratatouille idea. She wants to put like her stuffed animal rat on my head, and he controls me while I stitch. The Seattle Stitcher, she is a little bright ray of sunshine. So me Sarah, she's so soothing, and I just love her. Thank you, So me Sarah. Go watch her. And I'm super sorry that I'm not more organized, but it's cute and quirky. I've got a fully finished for you today. I have been dying to talk about this one. It is one of the most favorite things I have ever stitched in my life, and I stitched it way fast. This is Rosina Dizery, 1820, by Arlene at Worksby ABC. If you do not follow Arlene, Worksby ABC on Instagram and Flosstube, if you have not bought one of her patterns, you are missing out. Like, seriously. She is a treasure. Now, you know, this is not something that I would stitch typically. I love samplers. I'm not really so much into like the antique reproduction. I get the appeal of them, but it's just not what I look for to stitch. But I love seeing other people stitch them. My friend Alexis, My Amazing World, posted this in her stories when it first came out. And this sampler is very significant because it's one of the very few samplers that we know for sure was stitched by a Black girl. And that is incredible. Works by ABC, Arlene, made a whole video about it. And this is what's cool about Arlene, besides the awesome patterns. She wrote an entire essay that you get when you purchase the pattern, telling you all about it. It is really cool. I only know about this because Arlene charted it and Alexis shared it. I'm like, okay, well, this is not something that I stitch typically, but I'm gonna buy the pattern, at least support it, right? So right about the time I got the pattern, my fabric of the month from Fiberlicious came in. This periwinkle blue. This pattern does not take many colors. And just as a laugh, I just kind of tossed it on this fabric. And as soon as the floss hit the fabric, I was like, oh dang. I could not put this down. This was my first 1/1 experience lettering. All of this is 1/1. That was quite a journey, but it was fun. And this is like a treasure piece for me. I found this frame when I went to get it framed at Michael's and just absolutely fell in love. Oh, I love it so much. I love this. And I love Arlene. Arlene is awesome. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's not just Rosina that she gave you info about with her patterns. I've bought some patterns from her recently and they all had stories and little blurbs and things like that, history. She gets inspiration from antique things, ancient things, but she pulls in and she creates the most beautiful stuff. This is elegant lace, and I've got some fabric for this. Hang on a second. This is the sole piece of 36 count fabric that I've got. Because I don't use 36, because Mira's, chatelaines, they're better on 28s or 32s. But then I saw this, and I was like, oh, hello. Pattern, meet your fabric. Fabric, pattern, you are now in love, and you will never be parted. I put in a poll in my Instagram saying, what do you guys think would be better? Like white DMC or ecru? And somebody messaged me and they were like, I say gray, or what about a hot pink? Of course. What am I doing messing around with white thread? I've got to find some kind of obnoxious thread color. Y'all are on the ball lately. This was the first pattern after Rosina of Arlene's that I bought. It's called the Skeleton Mosaic. This was part of a tile, if I remember correctly, ancient tile piece that was found that had this artwork in it that she charted. People are talented. Ugh. Y'all keep bringing the talented stuff and just tell me how to stitch it. Y'all know why I bought this, don't you? Look at this sassy skeleton. When I first saw it, you know what it reminded me of? You remember when Jeff Goldblum gets hurt in Jurassic Park? There's this weird cut to him at one point and his shirt's unbuttoned. He's just kind of lounging. That's a skeleton. And then it says, be cheerful and live your life. And that skeleton is living it up. I don't know what he's holding, but I'm saying it's a drink of some kind. This is awesome. Go to Arlene's Etsy store and check out her stuff. Stitching. Okay, today is literally #Chatelaine Wednesday. I love Chatelaine Wednesday. Fiber Arts Amy and I started the hashtag because we both had like a bajillion chatelaine kits and patterns between us, and we weren't stitching on any of them because they're very intimidating. It feels very fancy when you're stitching them. Let's stitch on them to encourage each other, and let's pick a hashtag and do it one day a week. Chatelaine Wednesday was born. Just keep doing this. I have gotten so far. I think I'm gonna have a chatelaine finish this year. I'm not even kidding. Check it out. This is Rainy Days Seasons Autumn. This is the center. This is an 11 by 11 Q-snap. Oh, she's a big. I have done everything in the center except for the beading. And if I didn't have Chatelaine Wednesday, I would have put this away a long time ago and maybe had this pond. Martina called it a pond. Maybe had that done. And then I would have put it away and been like, all right, well, bye. I did all of these Rhodes stitches. Actually, you know what? I'm not even done. Oh, it's attacking me. There's actually some little green leaf back stitching right here, but it's not much. I'm spending time with you guys instead of stitching on my chatelaine because I love you that much. Pink, pearl gray, Zweigart linen something or other. I just thought it kind of felt the, you know, matched the mood. Next up for a whip, we have a kit. It's a Janlin kit, and actually I'm using it for two different sals. The first one is, well, that sal doesn't start till July 1st, but I'm cheating and I'm like, because I had already started it. It is hashtag kitandcaboodlesal. Starts July 1st, a lot of fun, and every month you're supposed to start a new kit. This is the kit I'm working on. This is from Janlin. It's called Cigar Box Art, and it is awesome. This is a sal with Fiber Arts Amy, and whoever would like to join, if you have this kit, please join us. This sal is an effort to reclaim misery and turn it into joy from some very mean people. It was a joke, but the more we looked at it, she's like, huh, actually, that's kind of a cool pattern. You are right. Look at this little scene down here. Look at the peacock over the water. Look at that water. And then you've got a big fancy lady in the middle. I like the way they frame this. And then you've got the trees and then this little backstitch border. So both of us were like, I'm stitching it on a no-name 28 count Bestitch Me something or other. I think it's a Lugana. I'm pretty sure that's right set up. That particular sal is hashtag move to Cuba sal. You're more than welcome to join us. I just realized, since I'm talking about the kit and caboodle sal, look what I just happened to buy. My very first Dimensions kit. It's a petite. Is that okay? Does it count? Well, let's fly away. I thought it was cute. I love the little balloons, the little butterflies. I'm gonna use that for the sal as well at some point. So you guys know that I was on vacation for a while. I was lucky enough that in the area, or close to the area I was in, there was an LNS, local needlework store. And I went in and I had a great time. Some of the haul I got was this awesome project bag. They make their own project bags. And in that project bag is my very first Nora Corbett Bewitching Pixie. You know why I picked this one? She is done and she's not taking any of your crap. I feel like it should say like, ugh, Mondays. She is just so done. Look at this. Like, you can tell she's crossing her legs. I love the cat. And this is all like this red, you see beads. So while I was at this shop, they sold Under the Seas fabrics. I think it's called Vampiric. There they are, Barefoot Needle Art. That's the shop. And that's how far I've gotten. Not too shabby. I got a couple other odds and ends, but the one I'm most excited about, besides my witchy lady, is I finally got the Moonlight Sampler from the Blue Flower. I've been wanting this for a while, y'all. And I finally was like, I'm gonna just do it. The quote, "Though my soul may set in darkness, it will rise in perfect light. I have loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night." I love that. I battle pretty severe depression, but this one spoke to me. And I love the girl with her big ass cat. Wait, that's probably a dog. Yeah, I guess it's a dog, right? Because there's a cat here. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a dog. I'm sorry, dogs. I just looked at the pointy ears and thought, a cat. And then I thought, but it's a very big cat. I don't know. I think we're just gonna call it a big ass cat. Update on my nymph sal. I'm working on Day Nymph from Mirabilia. The hashtag is nymph sal. Here is where I'm at. I am done with this top of the wing, except for the beads, obviously, and I'm gonna move on and do this top, and then I'll finish the bottom. And then I just gotta figure out her hair. I'm no designer. I I don't know how to chart and change, and just tell me what to do and how to make it pretty. But when it comes to like, I have big ideas like, ooh, I'd love to do this hair and change this to this. And then I get in there and I'm like, Maggie, you don't know how to do that. I'm getting better at being bolder and taking some risks. So we'll see what happens with her hair. But I am loving her. However, I have really enjoyed working with the Valdani, which is a hand-dyed thread, cotton, I guess. The effect is beautiful, as you can see. Like, it's all Valdani except for her skin is DMC. But I have wanted to yeet it into the sun because it shreds. You'll just be zipping along and all of a sudden you go, whoa! Your needle just keeps going. You have like a little bit of thread sticking out of your project. But I'm holding it in because I love the way it looks so much. And I'm trying not to think about how I have a second nymph, night nymph that I need to do. Boo. But it'll be great because they're going to look beautiful and they're going to be best friends forever. This is Garden Prelude. Prelude? Prelude. Pre-pray. Tomato, tomato. From Mirabilia. This is what I've done so far. Hello, Punky Brewster. Isn't she a cutie? This is the start of the flowers in the middle window here. So I think I'm gonna finish these flowers and then I might start on her. This is on a 28 count plain linen from Fiberlicious. It was a fabric of the month. It was Queen Crepe Myrtle, I believe. I think it's gonna look pretty cool. And she's gonna pop. This little Punky Brewster, it's a clay piece from Fairy Dust Clay. Thank you, Rogue Mama Stitcher, for your influence. They're just flat back clay pieces, and I just glued a magnet on it. Bada bing, bada boom. The haul that has come into this house in recent days is kind of obnoxious. And the problem was I had some, but I did the Mirabilia video and it wasn't Mirabilia stuff, and I was waiting on Mirabilia stuff that hadn't come in yet. So I'm not gonna show all that today. I'm just gonna show a couple of fun things. So the first is this awesome project bag. I've stopped buying project bags for the most part. If I had the money, you know, I wouldn't, I just totally stabbed myself in the eye with the bag. I buy the ones off Amazon because they're easy and they're all the same size and I can just throw everything in there. This is from Sheba Designs. It's strawberries and I love me some strawberries. I'll put a link to her Instagram and Etsy in the description box below. Her bags are super nice. So this is not recent haul, but I wanted to share it with you guys because if somebody out there hears my idea and wants to run with it, I will give you these patterns. Found this pair, Laddie and Lacey. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, this is the epitome of 1980s cross stitch. We're talking blue background, white goose, duck, whatever, that everybody had to have in the 80s for some reason. These kids are super pissed. Take away the goose and this. Oh gosh, she's got one too. See, what'd I say? 80s goose. Kind of wish we were doing an 80s goose sow, but we're not. Do these goth, like creepy Halloween, scary, creepy undead kids. You've got to pale up even more, dull up their skin. You've got to change their clothes to like black and gray. Come on. You know these kids would come up into your house and kill you and your family. Come stitch with us. Stitch with us. This is what I do, y'all. I'm just saying, if somebody out there likes creepy stuff and you're super creative and you could do this conversion, please let me know. The only payment would be pictures. I really wish I had the talent to do that and the time. I want to talk about a couple of rescues. Nothing quite as like stellar as Miss Thang back here. But I have rescued quite a few things, but when I saw this one, y'all, I don't even know what to say about this. You're not seeing things? That's a pig taking a shower. Look at her eyelashes. Standing up on her hooves, like on her two legs, just taking a shower in the great outdoors. It was 80 cents. So I was like, heck yeah, I need a pig taking a shower in my house. Somebody stitched this and loved it, and I tell you why. It is, look how professionally framed this is. It's got a mat. Was framing super cheap in the 80s, and I just didn't realize it? Because if you go to the thrift store, 9 times out of 10, stuff is professionally framed. Even simple stuff like this that you wouldn't think to frame it. But man, whoever stitched this was like, I want your best brown mat. So how's that saying go? 1 pig in the shower is worth 3 fairies in the bush. No, it's not. This is another Mirabilia rescue, if you can believe it, which I cannot. This is 3 for tea. So you've got 3 little fairies enjoying a beverage. Check out this beading. The shading on these dresses. I found it on eBay. There's no glass, which doesn't bother me, but looks professionally done. They picked a great frame. Also, look how small that is compared to Spring Queen. But y'all know why I got it, right? Well, I mean, besides it's a Mirabilia. You know I got it because they are. They're like, no, you cannot have tea with us. I love it. Y'all know I like sassy faces and sassy attitudes in my cross stitch. It is a lot of fun. And this is gorgeous. And now it hangs up in my house. Thank you to whoever didn't want this. It's very sad, but now I've got it. Whoa. And it'll stay with me until, you know, I die and my kids, I don't know, burn it all down. I don't know. A couple more haul things. And then I want to show you a couple of old whips. And by old, I mean old. I snagged this off eBay. It's a kit. I guess this would count for the kit sale. It's just one of the miniature Teresa Winslers. Above the clouds. Look at that dragon. He's like, yo, what y'all up to? I got my Charlotte stuff for the retreat. Quick retreat promo. We're having a Mirabilia themed stitching retreat next year in Charlotte, North Carolina, October 2023. I'm going to put links in the description box below. One will be to request to be added to our mailing list, and one will be the link to our private Facebook. You know what? I'll get there. And scene. The other is the link to our private Facebook. God. Line. The other is a link to our private Facebook group. Swish. Even if you know for a fact you cannot come next year, go ahead and get on the mailing list. Go ahead and join the Facebook group. We're having a lot of fun. You're totally welcome. The Needleberry Stitcher, during our live with Fiber Arts Amy, she's like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to start Charlotte and Charlotte? What? So smart and hilarious. And go check out her channel. So that's what we're going to do. You don't have to be at the retreat to stitch this with us, to be part of the stitch along. You can start it now. You can finish it now. If you are coming to the retreat, you can bring her as a start, a whip, a finish, whatever you want to do. You can do a conversion if you want, change her up however you want. I don't care. It's your Charlotte. I need to find an obnoxious color fabric for her. What do you guys think I should do? Because these colors are screaming for something crazy in the background. Tell me. Tell me in the comments. I want to know. Looky what I found at my used bookstore for $1. The next thing is this Bothy threads along the riverbank. I've never gotten any of their kits. I've seen them, and I got it because number one, I love high heels. But number two, look how well this is done. Like every shape in the shoe is some part of nature. And theoretically, shouldn't this be fast to stitch? Maybe should use this in the kit style. Because you know I think everything's quick to stitch and then nothing gets done. I've gotten some happy mail recently, and someone very sweetly gifted me this issue of Cross Stitch and Needlework with an interview with Nora Corbett and the pattern to Gathering Eggs. Love her. Look at the dress. Oh, love it. My very first video, I talked about Cross Stitch Cabin, which was my LNS at the time that is gone, and I'm super, super sad. I think a LNS would do really well in this area. We have nothing. Y'all know I don't know business. I don't even mind my own business. Anyway, I bought a few things from them over the years when I was going there. This was back in the 90s, early 2000s, when I was 5 years old. But two patterns in particular, I started way back then and never finished. I do not have the cover picture for this one because I cannot find it. But I'm going to try to do picture in picture. Let's see if I can do it. I've never done it before. Ready? Zing! Did I do it? It's Once Upon a Time. I think this one's Butternut Road. So back in the olden days, I would always start with the border of any project because, I don't know, like my mom never started in the middle. I mean, peep how much space I left, and also peep the oatmeal Ada because she's fancy. Look, I got quite a bit of her done, and I had no clue what I was doing. Like, I had not stitched anything like this ever, and I did not do that bad of a job. I'd love to have her finished one day. Think I could do it? Maybe we should do like super old whip sow. What is it with me and sows? I don't know. I just feel like I get more done, I guess. The next one that I started on was Dragonheart from Black Swan. There you go. And yes, it is signed by Karen Weaver. One of my sweet, sweet friends on Instagram heard me talk about Karen Weaver and what a fan I was, and they sent me their autographed copy of Dragonheart. I was like, what? So right now it's in the bag, but I'm going to frame this at some point because that is awesome and I love it. Thank you. So yeah, like I said, border's done. All this border, the castle, the knight, and this yellow dragon. Maybe there's back stitching I didn't do. Look how cool he is. And look at the face. Look at the purpley blue one. I need to finish it. My last super old whip, which is not quite as old as these are, is this one called Suggested Frame Size. No, what is the name of it? Puppy Love. Back in the day, Disney Springs, aka Downtown Disney back in those days, had this art shop and they sold cross stitch kits. And it was one of those things, so when I got married in 2007, I stitched some stuff like for our wedding, like wedding announcement. Man, it sucks. Like, it's this Amish theme. What was I even thinking? Like, it's not us at all. It's not even like one whole sampler. It was like a lot of little stitches and I stitched a ton of them. I'll have to show you those one day. I got them somewhere. Had a honeymoon at Disney. I saw this and was like, oh, it's so cute. I need to stitch that for our honeymoon. You want to see how much I did? Now, as you can see, it is stained out the butt. But if you can, as you see on the picture, like, that's half. I have their shoes and Pluto, and this can and the fishing pole, which I guess I could leave off. They don't need to be fishing. You saw that I got this book called Cross Stitch, Myth and Magic. I think I heard about it from the Teresa Winsler Facebook group because there's a Teresa Winsler dragon in here. Now, luckily, I found this on Amazon for not that much. It's used. But this is the Winsler that's in it. Lady and her Dragon. Princess and the Dragon. So that's why I bought it. I was flipping through and randomly it came and hit on this. And I said, holy crap. Look at how beautiful she is. This is the Chinese goddess of mercy. So Princess and the Dragon's gonna have to wait because I want to stitch this badly. And I'm thinking to use, like, I love how soft and pretty she is and how delicate she looks with these colors in her dress and everything. And I think I want to use a light pastel fabric, but I don't know what yet. I put up a poll on Instagram and asked on YouTube if anyone would be interested in me doing like a flip through, like and talking about the patterns. A lot of people said they would, so I'm gonna do it. You see the stack over there? I'm starting to collect things and sit on them like Smaug on his gold. Those are stuff, they're patterns I bought for the retreat. I want to give them away. Also, cat laying on my fabric. That's what I get for leaving it there, I guess. I think that's all I've got for today. I will be putting links to everybody I can in the description box. If you go to the description box and you're not seeing it, just give me a minute. I got a lot of names and it takes me a while. I'm probably forgetting 10 things, but you know what? Maybe it's better that way. But I did it, y'all. Did I get to the point? Probably not. My dad bought me this shirt for Christmas. It was done in love. I'm not offended. I can't even get to the point of closing this video down. I love you. I almost turned it into that Barney I love you song, but I stopped myself. You're welcome. Please like, please subscribe. Visit me on Instagram at Kitschy Whips. Thank you for your encouragement, your beautiful comments. They mean so much to me. You don't even know. Bing, 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 bing. I'll see you next time. Bye.